In 2015, the United Nations declared sanitation a universal human right. That includes clean and accessible restrooms. Yet in Washington, D.C., the nation's capital, there are only 5 public bathrooms. In a city with nearly 21 million tourists a year and at least 6,000 people experiencing homelessness, policy experts and advocacy groups are calling the city's lack of public bathrooms an affront to human rights. And now they're taking action.
We knew that there was a problem in D.C. and we wanted to document it, so we started a group. We called ourselves the Downtown D.C. Public Restroom Initiative. We started by doing an inventory to find out where there were public restrooms in D.C. and to find out how businesses were approaching it. We are taking lessons learned from other cities that have been successful in advocacy and installing public restrooms. And the first thing is raising consciousness, like me. I had never been aware that it was an issue.
Marcy Birnbaum and other members of the People for Fairness Coalition, a DC-based advocacy group, have been petitioning throughout the city since 2014 to raise awareness on the issue among both the general public and key policymakers.
We met with one of the council members and we told her about what we had learned, that access to clean, safe public restroom is a UN-declared human right, who benefits, why, and the different options. And she was so interested that, to our surprise, 2 weeks later she wrote up legislation.
The bill calls for the D.C. government to install public bathrooms across the city where needed. It also requires the mayor to encourage private businesses to make their restrooms available for the public. If the bill isn't voted on by December, the now 2-year legislative process will have to start all over again.
We can't wait any longer. Vote to pass Bill 220223 by the end of the year.
You know, I think it's something that just people haven't really talked about very much until recently. I think as the number of people who are homeless and increases, which has been happening all across the country because of rising housing costs.
Mi experiencia en no encontrar baños es porque por primera vez vine a ser homeless y vivía afuera, en la calle. Entonces, en las noches no encontraba yo dónde ir. Yo soy diabético y lo necesito más, el baño, que mis otros amigos. Sentía mucho dolor de no ir y no encontrar un baño.
While support for the bill has garnered more than 400 signatures and the backing of D.C. policy experts, the council recently released a document questioning its financial feasibility for the upcoming year.
We have a $15 million budget. We can find money for bathrooms. I believe it's about $800,000 to install the 2 bathrooms. I also just think as a city that wants to see itself as a welcoming community, a city that is for many people. They're welcome to the federal government, to official American business, that it's just the right thing to do to have public restrooms.
La primera cosa de un humano es respirar, luego comer y luego ir al baño. Pero no hay baños en esta ciudad de DC. En otras partes del mundo hay. No aprueban el bill. Yo me sentiría muy mal porque la gente que está en este programa que dan la autorización de dar el bill, no se fija mucho en la humanidad, en sus derechos.